This is why you need to lock your doors tonight. This is why the darkness beckons. Welcome, brave souls, to the Nightmare Roadshow. Join us as we peel back the veil between reality and the abyss. Each episode, we explore chilling tales and haunted places that make your very spine tingle. Will you dare to listen, or will you turn away, leaving the shadows unexplored? Whisper, the choice is yours.
Damn it, I tried so hard. Um,
Gone so far.
you know what, man? In the end, doesn't even matter.
And the end does really matter.
See, that's on my joke. Anyways, I was trying to think about. I didn't want to start off the show like laughing. I'm like, you know what? Let's throw him a curveball, and I was just thinking about my dead sister, and and then that made me laugh even more. Um,
Okay.
so, but anyways, no, she did die like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, guys, welcome to another episode of Night. Welcome to another episode of Nightmare Road. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Decon, here with the very mysterious.
SOS in here with the dark and spooky.
Messy Jessie, and I am accompanied with Ash.
The Oracle. And I am here with our CIA agent.
Dirty Birdie.
Get us all
Huh.
here.
Yeah, we have a very good episode. Well, I'm saying it's gonna be. We have an episode that I hope goes okay. I hope, because you know what? I think that the key to a lot of things is to keep people's expectations low. You know what I mean? Like, we can't say something like, if you thought this was fantastic, check this out. And then people are like, I don't think that was very good. So again, expectations low. Like, I didn't never got my GED. This is the best I can do. This is all we got. So today's episode, what?
So is on demons. And we have demons from all over the world coming at you tonight. And
Well,
I wish Mark was on the episode with us because he's our demonologist for our paranormal team. That's what he has studied his whole life is demonology. But we'll get him on for another episode because he's incredible. Especially the goetic demons. He's really, really well versed in them. So, but we're going to talk about demons from all over, right? So
yeah, there's a lot of them too.
yes, so we all picked different places. And so mine, there's no actual photograph of a vampire because you can't photograph them, So, but it's from Ireland and her name is the Dare. I can't roll my R's, but the Dare, and it's the Irish vampire. And a lot of people believe that this is what the Bram Stoker book was about, was the original Celtic female vampire.
Ooh.
And so, that he kind of took this old legend of this vampire and twisted it. So, anyway, it's a vampire that resides right in the middle of Ireland, and in Irish, it means the Dare Du means bloodsucker. Okay, so yeah, she's a female demon that seduces men and drains them of blood. And she was once the daughter of a nobleman in Ireland in Waterford. She was apparently really loved by all of the villagers and commoners alike. She was she was beautiful and she was kind, and everything about her was just like radiated all this joy, and everybody loved her. And she fell in love with a commoner, and her father
Those damn
wasn't
commoners.
going to have it.
I hate
So,
Eh,
so he was like a
Got me.
local peasant boy. She fell in love with him. She really wanted to wed him, and her father said, "Absolutely not. You're of noble blood. You have to marry a nobleman."
Well, yeah,
So,
good on him.
So he found out about the peasant. He sent the peasant away, which probably means he killed him, and then he arranged for her to marry a chieftain of a nearby clan. So he was another nobleman, right? And he was cruel and violent. He was wealthy. That's why it was an arranged marriage.
Yeah, that's
But
all that matters.
yeah.
Wow.
And her husband was super horrible. He was really violent. He beat the hell out of her all the time, and he tortured her. Like, it was just terrible. Like, everything about this story is like the villain, the whole 9 yards. But so he would cut her with a knife, decon, and he would watch
What?
blood. Well, you're shaving with your knife. He would watch
Oh.
blood rip down her fair skin. He thought it was a big turn on to him. So then,
Yeah.
so hot. And then so her father knew what she was in. Knew what she was enduring, but he didn't care. He didn't care because there was money involved.
Turn
So
AC on.
she ended up being locked in this guy's soul, and
Something.
I'm trying to figure out how to stop sharing, and it won't let me. Isn't that wild?
Oversharing.
Oh, okay, so she ends up being locked up in her husband's like castle or whatever it is, his big home, and he wouldn't let her out. She ends up committing suicide because she's so miserable. And so
Did she forget he had what? I didn't say anything. I was about to.
Oh,
No. Well, what I was gonna say was, she was miserable. Did she forget he had a lot of money?
well, apparently she didn't get the purse string, so she didn't have any of it. Okay.
Also, like, when it might be a little too dark. I'm just gonna say it anyways. You know what? When you said that he would beat her, I'm like, well, is there anything in the record book of what she said to him before he beat her?
Let's
We
not go
always
there.
go back to that, don't we?
It's like,
I
what
know,
did she?
right?
What did she
No.
say?
Yeah.
He said.
Probably said, "You're not
Maybe,
off
maybe
me."
this was like the original 50 Shades of Grey.
Maybe.
There was no safe word back then, okay? So anyway, she kills herself. She basically starved herself to death.
Oh,
They ended up burying her, and in a year to the day that she was buried, she comes back as a vampire. And
Yes.
the town turned on her during her marriage to this guy because she went from this, beautiful, smart, lovely, bubbly, beautiful girl to, I mean, she was just miserable, and he kind of poisoned the town against her. So after she killed herself, she decides to take revenge.
oh
And
shit!
she comes back and she's like, the first thing she did was
That's
go
my
after
girl.
her husband.
Right?
Good.
Girl.
Get it, girl.
She did what?
She went after her husband and she killed him.
Oh, I thought you were
Good
saying.
job.
I was gonna say she drained his bank account and divorced him.
Well,
I
she
was
doesn't
like-
need money.
I was like,
That's
well,
type of vampire.
oh, that's every woman.
She. Oh God, I have my own money. Thank you. So, she kills her husband. She chased him down. It was like a really violent death too. He fought her like
Good.
hell, but she was not having it. And then she went after her father
Poor
and
guy.
killed him. And then she started working her way through the men in the village because she was pissed. So
Yes.
apparently she keeps coming back every year on the anniversary of her death. And they said the only way to prevent it is to cover her grave with rocks, but somehow mysteriously all the rocks are off of her grave and she'll find her way back. And so she keeps coming back. And so this is Ireland's vampire, and
Huh.
she's pissed off at the world.
I should
Can't
go
blame her.
there. Let's throw her in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, she'll take that.
You can take the decon.
Okay.
Right in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Wow.
so anyway, that's the Irish vampire. I love the story.
She'd be wearing an
That's why
apron
women-
and like baking me pies.
Yeah.
That's why women
It's
take
nice.
revenge.
Yeah. She took revenge and she got it.
Yeah.
Eric Carmen, get it, kitchen, make me some pie.
So there's really no way. Apparently, there's no way to stop the curse. I mean, it just keeps going on. So, okay, let's go to.
This is a
Let's
serious
see.
show.
What do I have next? I have Ash. I have your
Me?
photo up. So let's. I'm going to share the screen so we can. Yeah.
Is it up?
Yup.
All right.
That
Wow.
is
Cool.
Wow,
It is-
look at that.
that was me back in the day.
I haven't seen anything
Did you
that
find
scary.
your picture?
Jeez.
Yeah.
That looks like a heavy metal cover.
It's like
Seriously,
Right in relay.
Scottish or metal? What can we say?
It's
I haven't
like
seen anything
huge
that scary since
horrors.
last Tuesday.
No,
Wow.
it's
It's true.
horrors. I
It's
like
true.
that a lot. Yeah. What is
So,
this? Ash?
this terrifying creature you see, it is from Scotland. It is called the Nuka Levi. So, in its description, I mean, in this picture, you can kind of see what it was looking like. But the guy that encountered this is where the only description came from. I think his name was Tomas. So he was on the beach. He saw this creature coming towards him, and he thought it was man on a horse at first. But then he noticed it when it was starting to get closer to him and closer to him, and he started to just feel like this thing was super negative.
Did you just get a message that you stopped recording? Are you?
Uh-oh, what happened? Oh,
I
jeez.
lost the internet.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
because there's no red light
Uh-oh.
on her camera.
Oh, okay. Take that thing off the screen. That thing is scaring my pants off. Right off. Alright, does anybody have any like music or anything to like while she returns? Like we'll be back after these. Hey everybody, do you live your life with dry chapped elbows? You don't have to be a victim anymore.
She does.
Do not take this
What
medication
did
if
I
you
just
have an
walk
SUV, if
into?
you have a truck, if you have a regular
All
car,
right.
if you
We're
have
in
a
a
history.
commercial.
Yeah, we did a
There was
commercial.
nothing on your weenus.
Here we go. We're gonna try it again.
That's what's
So,
called.
Wow.
If your family has a history of old age.
Wow. Okay. That's commercial.
Anyways, back to the show.
back to the show.
I don't know what I just walked into. Hold on. Jesus.
Weenus. That's what you walked into. Weenus.
We missed
Venus and chapped elbows.
capped elbows.
When we went to commercial break, you were talking about a guy who saw this thing riding up towards him
Yes.
on the beach.
So,
Okay.
as this thing is getting closer to this guy, he's noticing that it is not just a man on a horse, because he's not seeing any legs from the man's body. So what he's noticing is
Right.
that it is a torso of a man and his head attached to a horse. But it's not just a
Pretty cool.
regular horse either. So this horse has like this huge, large mouth that just like stretches all the way up and one eye. So kind of like a cyclops type horse. So the man is a little bit freakier. He has arms that almost touch the ground. And his head is barely attached. So this guy is noticing his head just kind of go side to side, almost like it's going to fall off. And then he's noticing this guy's mouth, and he describes it as almost like a whale's mouth.
We take it off screen.
Oh, you're getting scared?
You'll have to.
It's it's scaring my thoughts off.
Well,
Man,
okay, I do
by
have some
this
good
bitch.
news though. So this thing does get contained during the summer months. So How
Oh my
it's
god,
contained,
it's almost over.
it's contained by, it's called mither, but in Scottish it translates to English as mother of the sea. So it's contained by her. But during the winter months, when the sea starts kind of going a little crazy, weather's freaking out, etc., she can't contain him because she's losing her strength. And so he comes out in the winter months. But there's another catch. So if you go through fresh water, which is how Tomas got away from him, that the knuckle of V cannot go through fresh water. It deters it from it. So like if it's raining or something, it will not come out. But if it's not raining in the wintertime, they say stay away from the beaches because the knuckle of V is going to come out and it's going to get you.
This
Man.
is from where,
Scotland.
Ash?
So you know
Scotland.
those little so you have the big island of Scotland, and then north of it, it has the smaller islands. So it's amongst those smaller islands. And then it's also said that back in the day, like back in the 1600s, when I think it was the 1600s, when Scotland was going through all of its plagues, they say it was caused by the knuckle of V and its breath, because its breath is bad. It like destroys crops,
You know what's
etc.
interesting? When you were just giving a description of this creature and like what it does, so when the Spaniards began to arrive in Central America, you had the Mayans, and then you had the Nahuatl people. And when they started arriving with horses, they thought that the man and the horse were one single creature, and they thought it was a demon. What's interesting is you can see like old like engravings of when the Spaniards first began to arrive, and they look similar to that thing. They thought that the lances that the Spaniards carried were their arms. So when you said that it looked like their arms almost touched the floor, that's how basically they described them. They thought that
Interesting.
the lance was actually the same size. Also, here's another interesting thing. So they started to tell certain stories about these creatures that were coming from across the sea, and because they were now being exposed to diseases that they've never encountered before, they thought that these demons were bringing in, like diseases and curses and all kinds of pestilence, and what actually destroyed this myth was one time, and this story could be like greatly exaggerated, but exaggerated. So there was this man. His name was Atlacatle, and he was like this very famous warrior from. There actually is a big statue in San Salvador of this guy. So he saw this demon approaching, right? So then he climbs up on this tree, and then he jumps on it, and he's got his obsidian blade, and he starts standing on it, and then they both fall off the horse, and then he realized that they were two separate
Whoops.
things. They're like, this thing is not a demon at all. And they're like, that's
It's
awesome.
actually a human.
So-
Holy shit.
So it's actually a human. So then after he kills the guy, they believe that the horse was actually in charge. So then they beheaded the horse. So whenever they would see them, they would immediately go straight for the monster, which was the horse. So anyways, well, I mean, that's what they
I
get.
mean, have you seen
What are you doing with
Pauline's
the
horse?
enemy?
If I were to see that thing in the wild, I'd be like, holy shit, it is a monster.
Well, I've been bitten by a horse when I was a kid, so they're all monsters. So I was like, you know what? When I heard that story, I got really
What did you
happy.
do to piss a
I'm
horse
glad
off?
somebody.
No,
Nothing.
right?
It was just an aggressive horse. This guy was selling a horse,
Oh,
and he brought this horse to kind of show, and then I was standing by it, and then it just bit me on the shoulder, and it threw me up in the air. I remember I had a big bruise, like I tore up the shirt, and then that was it. And after that, I'm like, I never
That was
trust
really
Yeah, it
dramatic.
was.
The color of the shirt.
So
It was
I've
confusing.
rode and shown horses my whole life, and if I counted how many times I've been injured, it's
countless.
yeah.
I can
Yeah,
tell
I-
you
It
how
just
many times
happens,
I've
and
crashed
there you
into
go.
horses.
I don't trust them. That's why
I
when
had a mare grab me by the shoulder,
Ouch.
and she picked me up, flung me over the stall door.
What did you do to piss
Yeah.
her off?
She was not a nice mare.
They're just douchebags. That's
Oh,
why,
Zipper is not.
that's why when the Apaches started eating horses, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well,
continue. Who's
So
next?
rude.
I've eaten horse meat.
I've eaten it. It's
Yeah.
it's
Dirty
it's
birdie.
it's all right. Not too bad.
Me?
Yeah,
dirty
man.
birdie.
You want to go?
Sure.
Hold on.
So,
Hold on. You're up, sir. Go ahead.
Wow.
okay.
Is it clear?
The
Is it
producer
clear?
is talking.
So,
Yes, it's
my
clear.
Okay.
my demon comes from the land of the rising sun, and her name is Yukiona.
Oh.
There
Wait,
is
what?
a house.
And
What is it?
she goes by a lot of names: Snow Daughter, Snow Girl, Snow Granny, Snow Nanny, Snow Hag,
She goes
all
by
sorts of
Snow.
different names. So,
Very good.
the description of her is that she's a very beautiful woman in a white kimono
Mm.
and long black hair, very black hair, and snow white skin. And in Japanese society, pure white skin is absolutely beautiful.
Jess,
That's what
we need to move to
every
Japan.
woman wants.
Girl,
So-
I'm already white and got black hair, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Pauline will dye your hair. You can go with. No.
So, in some of the stories, she would tote around a little toddler, a child, and he would ask passersby to hug the child,
Ew.
and the people that would hug the child, they would hug the child, and then they would slowly start being covered in snow, more and more snow, until
That's not snot.
Ew.
they were froze to death.
Hey, I don't.
They would. Did you say
Oh,
they would freeze to death?
I don't like snow. This is
Oh,
my
okay,
worst
okay.
nightmare.
And
Yeah,
one of the stories, a samurai was passing by, and Yuki Onna asked him to hug the child, and he goes, "Sure." And he reaches to his side, and he gets his tanto, which is the short sword for a samurai, puts it in his mouth, and hugs the child. And the snow starts coming down, and he's starting to go like this. Now, when you hug a child, the head's here, right? Well, he's got the sword in his mouth, and it's coming down towards the child's head. So he's doing this, and it's starting to come down onto the child's head, and she just goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop, stop! Okay, I'll give you whatever you want."
Oh.
So
So he knew. Yeah. Okay. She
so
knew
he
was-
knew what she was, and yeah, gave him many treasures for the deal. And a lot of stories is that this is in the mountainous regions of Japan. So late at night, somebody would come knock on your door, you would open it up, and it would be Yuki Onna, if you knew who she was, and she would come in and ask you for a glass of water. Well, you give her a glass of water, and you would get killed. The only way to stop that is to be like, "I don't have any fresh water on hand. I'll give you some tea." If she drinks the tea, she melts. So let me see if I can
Dang it.
hear screaming. Yeah, Japan has got a lot of crazy stories.
It almost
No.
looks like Frozen. Like the lady Frozen.
Yeah, but she was
Let it
nice.
go.
But she was nice. Ish.
That looks like this meth head that used to live in Ogden, and surprisingly, she was Asian. I don't know. I think she might have been Filipino actually. Never mind. That's a different story. No, you know what's yeah, Japan does have a lot of different stories, and
Oh,
like
wow.
and
That's
Yeah.
just odd.
That's what I. Jeez, that's
Okay, I got one more.
uh-oh.
I find these stories absolutely fascinating, and they've lasted forever.
So there was these white men that
The other picture was hotter.
what the hell? That looks like
It's almost like she's got one.
I know. It looks like she's about
Yeah,
to
that
pop
looks like
out
my-
there.
that
Like,
looks,
you need to get the
Yeah,
girls
you need a
back
bra.
in a line.
that looks
Yeah.
like my cousin Anna Maria. Anyways, she dresses like that too, especially after a lot of drinking. They're like, Anna Maria's over there. You better take a blanket and cover her up. Anyways, so when there was white men that went to Japan, and there were these they might have been Scottish because they had like the bright red hair, and they were big. And then I'm gonna say this: they bred with some Japanese women. So these men, they started having kids, and then these Japanese guys were bigger than the regular Japanese guys, and then the Japanese called them the Tengu, which is like it was like a species of demon that had red hair, and they were so
Tengu.
humongous. They live in the mountains,
Sumo wrestlers?
Four spirits. Yep. Four
Sumo
spirits.
wrestlers?
Is that where sumo
So
wrestlers
they're
come from?
No,
Oh.
sumo wrestlers are more
I mean,
around
they
the
wear
region
diapers.
of Kyoto. Anyways, so then that's where certain legends started happening. These guys are obviously demons, humongous, and have red hair, and they look slightly different, and we all look the same. But anyways, continue.
I have no idea where this is going. Okay.
No, what's happening? Okay.
I started thinking about Anna Maria, and I'm like, I don't know what she's doing. I hope she's okay. I haven't talked to her in a
Maybe
long
you
time.
should call her up and ask.
No, right?
I don't care enough. Anyways,
If she doesn't watch this. Sorry.
even if she did, she doesn't understand me. She doesn't speak
I'm
English.
sorry.
Oh gosh. Okay.
She does. I don't even think they have internet where she's at.
El
Anyways.
Polychoso for Asaholio. Okay.
Anyways, this is like, why don't we just rename the show to Verbal Violence?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help out.
She's just trying to help.
I can't.
I thought it was really.
Well, really? I felt like she might as well taken a knife and just twisted it into my heart.
I
don't like that
really
kinda
think
shit.
you're being dramatic.
Anyways. Okay,
Just
continue.
like a horse.
Who's next?
Speechless.
Oh, really quick before I forget. I'm never speechless. I just reserve my sound. Okay, really quick about that demon with you put the tonsil in your mouth. Doesn't that sound eerily? Remember when we did the show on the legends of El Salvador, and how you defeat La Ciguanaba, and the way you do it is you bite the machete.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
it sounds
listened to
similar,
that
huh?
one.
Isn't that interesting?
Do you
Very.
do that
Yeah.
every day?
What?
You carry a machete?
Just
in your
like carry
mouth
it
every day?
around. Yeah, that's not
Uh-huh.
creepy.
Yeah, not at all. I bet
That's,
that has been places, I'm
well,
sure.
that's how he gets people to stop asking questions.
No, yeah, exactly.
What's your name? Where are you from? Swing, clink.
Yeah, I turned into Danny Trejo. I'm like, come on, let's see. Anyways, okay, so
What's your name?
Okay, so
Who you know?
who's next? Who's next?
That would be Messy Jessie.
Is it
Messy
Messy Jesse? If we can
Sure.
act professional, please. I'm just
Okay, yeah, just, you know what, calm down.
I'm always professional.
Okay, so,
is that Hillary Clinton?
yes. Oh, yes, that's
Too pretty.
good lances.
She's got good legs.
Yeah.
Well, that was
I mean-
obviously that was in the '60s.
At least her bra's in the
Yeah,
right
her boob's
spot.
not hanging out yet.
This definitely
Yeah.
has better legs than Hillary. It doesn't have cankles.
No,
No.
that's
This is
true.
this is Hillary like 1960s.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
I heard she stinks. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. So I picked Romania. This is called the Mori. She is a vampire entity known for thirst and blood, so she's a vampire. Of course, we have to
My
go there
hero.
with
She's my cousin
Romania.
Brenda. What are you talking about?
Look at the hoop earrings, okay? Just saying.
you know, I'm just saying.
Is she wearing hoop earrings?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, she is,
Yes.
man.
Ah,
she
okay.
is
Can you
styling.
zoom in?
Wow.
Styling right.
Oh wait, I see it. Just kidding.
Maybe. Wait,
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Oh, she's
She
wearing
is.
a.
Why is she only
She's
wearing
like a
one?
Mexican girl. No, she's
No,
got two.
Am I
wearing
blind?
She's wearing two. Looks like
You're
she
blind.
looks like she went online and bought like all the Selena
I think I'm
outfits.
blind.
no.
Anyways,
Girls gotta
Yeah.
have style.
Okay.
She is feared as a malevolent force that threatens human life and well-being in Romania. Precautions like burial rites have been taken to prevent the dead from becoming Moria. So, yeah, she's crazy. Like, she loves to come back alive like a ghost and as well as a vampire.
I like
It's
how
kinda
you
crazy.
said that.
There's so many stories about her.
like a ghost.
What, Moria? A ghost?
Like a ghost.
And
Go ahead.
no.
They are said children.
So like you hear her voice in the chill, like in the air, in the
Oh.
forest and around the, the little towns and everything. She, yeah. carry the knife in your mouth. I don't know. It's fine. She is a very fabric of Central and Eastern European mythology. She's a testament of humanity,
Ooh.
enduring fascination with macabre dance between life and the afterlife.
Yeah.
So her physical form is unsettling, actually. She's kind of grotesque a little bit. Of course, not according to the picture. She wears
Well,
hoop earrings.
Yeah.
Yes. Tales speak of her figures that could pass for like mortals under the cover of dusk. Yet upon closer look, if you look at her, she has like these fangs and decided like pale skin and hair. She also has like piercing red eyes and sometimes even black.
Ooh.
So they cannot look at her without like shivering. They're like, okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. She, yeah. She likes to go after men, especially.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's kind of much the same. Like, she's a vampire. She's gonna go out and
What?
do her dirty deeds.
Dirty.
Is she
dirty.
menstruating when she does this?
Oh my lord.
Brother.
Just so you know,
Waiting for it.
vampires don't menstruate because
Yeah,
they're
they're dead.
So
What?
there's no.
Can you
Yeah.
not bring that up on an
They
episode?
drink
A
blood.
lot of
I
people.
think he's just jealous.
I think he is too.
A lot of men. I'm jealous of what menstruation. Yeah, no thanks.
Well, then
Why
quit
do you
talking about it.
It's a legitimate question.
What? She's a
Vampires
vampire.
don't menstruate.
She's dead.
She's dead. There's really no blood in her. She
Hello.
may
Look.
drink it to keep herself
Yeah,
alive,
But she's not gonna like release it.
There's no.
She's
It's
selfish.
not like Twilight.
Can we have one episode where we don't talk about it?
And anyways, you said she was like a great threat to Romania. I thought the greatest threat to Romania was humor. It's like this man over here bringing jokes. No, thank you.
My God.
We are not interested.
Oh.
Or if you tell a Romanian like a really funny joke, they'd be like, "Thank you, that very funny joke." And they walk away.
Why? Why? I'm just curious.
I have a couple Romanian friends, and I've never seen them
Okay.
smile.
A friend of mine lived in Transylvania for 25 years.
Oh,
He was a baker. He had a bakery there. He's from Sacramento, California, but he moved over there and he would open a bakery. I thought that
That's
was really cool.
awesome.
I have these pies.
It's
I
a
have
very
these pies made out of onions and garlic and mud. And it's like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Are you all over you? Sorry.
Don't even know what is going on here.
The what?
Is this shop named Vlad Bake for you?
This is me, Eagle.
There's a bird joke in there somewhere. I know there is.
Well, I mean,
Blah
no.
blah blah.
I like the count off
Oh,
of Sesame Street. It's the
it's
best.
a beach. I did not
Oh my
sing.
God! Wow.
What's happening?
Oh my
Anyways,
God, my
what?
ancestors are gonna be so pissed.
So, Jesse, what about no, really? Are you done?
The what?
I mean, it's just basically, this, Mare comes out and it's just more of a vampire demon that comes out and hunts, and there's really a lot of, not very much about it. I mean, there is, but
Do you think she has any connection with the haunted forest over there?
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
knew it. Because
Yes.
I want to go so bad. It's on my bucket list.
Yes.
I want to spend the night there.
I
Because
don't.
it sounds off the
I will bring my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere near Romania.
Oh God,
Why?
I'm going to go to Romania in the
Just
worst
a
way.
way?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a place where they give you a ticket if you smile. No
Well, don't
thanks.
smile for once.
Well, smile when you're over there.
What?
I think you need to go and see the three witches
That-
that are over
yeah.
there.
I do too.
No.
I do too.
They're my favorite.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to go to that
We don't
castle
smile
and
here.
spend the night in the castle.
Yeah.
I have to go. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I guess it also depends, like, on what time of
It's
the month
okay.
we go.
Wow, really?
What?
Okay.
What are you talking about now?
Anyways, so you know what's interesting
Time
is
of the month?
all the what's interesting is
Again.
you get all what?
Vampires do not have times a month. They are dead.
Who are you?
DEAD. You know.
You know,
Who are you to say what they can and cannot? Anyways,
Messy
so
Jesse.
it's interesting.
causing me to
That's
drink
you,
even
fuck.
more.
Don't blame your vices on me. How dare you?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Jeez, what was I? Can I finish my
Yep,
damn point, please?
Oh, God. Okay,
Okay.
go.
All right. So, can I please?
Yeah,
guys?
go on.
Please.
Go.
All right. Okay. Okay, but no smiling because this is a dark story. See, you guys would all have gotten a ticket in Romania. What is wrong with you guys? Anyways, so
I was Sarah.
what? I would blend right in. I'd be like, I hope you do not have a good morning today. You know, just-
Cannot take you
anyways,
serious.
so guys, come on, we're burning daylight here, and I
Burn a daylight.
burning. I don't sound like that. That's a poor impression of me.
Southern Jess.
You made me sound like John Wayne towards the end of his life.
That's for making me sound like a Mexican last week.
You know what's interesting is when I was younger. So my older brother, he's pretty charismatic. You know, he's a charismatic individual. You know, and he's always been kind of like a flirt. He's always also a good look.
I don't know what's happening. I didn't.
I don't know either. Can I play? Have you guys flirting with my older brother? What the hell?
Nothing.
Anyways, so he was always like really flirty, and he was always like, you know, sweet talking to ladies. And then there was a lady one time, and she was this Mexican lady, and she was selling roses, you know, and he was going to buy a couple because he had a couple of girls around that time, you know, that he was going to give
Paper
one rose
roses?
to, yeah, like, he was going to buy two roses, one for this girl and one for the other girl.
Playa.
And then, yeah.
Rosie.
So he was talking. So he was talking to this lady, and he's like, "Oh, nadie le ha dicho usted que usted parece." You know, he's talking to her in Spanish, right? Because she was a Mexican lady, and then she kind of like blushed a little bit, and she gave him a good price. And I'm like, "What did you say?" He says, "Oh, I told her that she looked like a celebrity," and I'm like, "I should try that." So then, so then I went to go buy one rose. Okay, guys, one rose. I went to go buy one rose, and I was like, "Has anybody ever told you that you look like the lady that shot Selena?"
Oh my god.
And it's
That's
Um,
dark.
and then and then she looked at me. She gave me the price, and then she was like, "Pendejo," and she walked off, really pissed off.
I think I would have slapped you.
And then And then my older
Oh,
brother, and then my brother was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I just couldn't."
yeah.
I'm like, "I just couldn't help myself. I saw the opportunity and I took it."
Oh
Anyways,
god.
so back to my story.
Oh my lord.
Well,
I would have slapped you.
the way I said it too, I was like, "Na le ha dicho usted que te pare la señora que mató a Selena." Anyways, so in El Salvador, there was one time this. Okay, can I tell the
Yeah.
story, please? So
I
this guy owned like a pretty big farm, right? And he was a very wealthy guy. And one time, this older man that worked for us, he was telling us this story about how he was an old man. So he was this old guy. And he says that when he was a younger man, this man was the same age, right? He's like, this guy never ages. And he said he one time went to go work for this individual. And this guy would pay them handsomely, and you would work for him the whole week, but then people would just disappear, so he said they would just disappear. So he says that one day it was the last day he went to go work, and then at the end of the shift when everybody was going to get paid, he said that he ended up going and he put his tools away before he ran up to go get his. So he was late basically for his payment, and he's like, "I'm not going to get paid." So there was. Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
I think we're laughing at Dirty Birdie because
I
he's
don't.
really
I was just like looking over there. I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Based.
Sorry.
Go on.
Go ahead.
I'm really interested.
So I could tell. So anyways, so he arrives, he's late, right? And he's heard stories that this guy would pay people and he would get the money from a barrel, like this barrel. He would go in there, and it doesn't matter how many times, this is what he's telling us, right? And he says that no matter like how many times he stuck his hands in his barrel and he would get money, it seemed like the money would never like diminish, it was always the same. So then he says that he was late, he didn't get paid, and he's like, "Damn it, I didn't get paid." And then he's like, "Oh, man, like I don't want to bother this guy." He says, "But maybe I should go back and then just kind of like tell him like, hey, I worked the whole week," because this guy was a peasant. I look at when the first time I met him, I was like, "Peasant, how dare you come stand near us, you peasant."
Wow.
Anyways,
Okay.
over here darkening my day with your peasantry and your uneducatedness. Anyways, so
Go on.
he's like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go talk to him and be like, hey man, like I need to get paid." So then he says he goes, and some of the workers are laying there dead, and he said this guy is this older gentleman. He's picking up. He said that what he saw was he's picking up these people, and he was kind of like tearing off their limbs and just putting them into this barrel. And then he said he just ran off, and he says he ran off, he never looked back. And then I was like, "Well, did you ever get paid?" And then he kind of like looked at me. I was a kid. I was kind of a dumbass. Well, I'm kind of a dumbass now, but I think I'm the world's smartest dumbass. Anyways, so it's all, it's like, "Did you ever get paid?" And then he says he never went back, left his tools, left everything there. And over there back then, if you left your tools behind, you're kind of screwed, because you have to pay for everything. And that's one of the ways that, even though slavery became illegal in Central America, I believe in the 1920s, they still found a way around that. Normally by saying like, "Okay, we'll lend you tools, or you can rent them from us," and they would do it like in such a way. They started charging people weekly for the use of their own tools, until to the point where you couldn't afford to pay them anymore. And it's like, well, you can work for free, and then boom, you got yourself some slaves.
Yeah, we used to do that here too back in the day. That
The good
16
old days.
Stone song is in reference to that. 16 stone, and what do you get? Another something something
Are you,
and
are
another
you not?
death.
Are you not even gonna sing it? That's
No,
like
can't sing.
that's the equivalent of me saying like, yeah. So in America, the way we do is we do the happy birthday song. It goes, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." You know, you gotta sing it. Give him a
Look
little bit
like
of
a
a.
monkey and yak like one too.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
do you get something something and deeper in debt? What is the something something part?
What?
Looking at
Another
me.
day,
Yeah.
Well,
I
the
don't know your
song.
I don't know your songs.
another day
Oh,
done and deeper in debt.
what is it, Rudy? Say it again.
Another day done, another
And deeper in
in
debt.
debt.
Yeah,
That's
we just
like
said it.
that's everybody now. You know.
Well, that's our song now. Like
Yeah.
right now in
Well, right
America.
now, that's my song right now. It's like you're in the hole. Here's a shovel. Anyways,
Yeah.
don't worry, fellas,
Dig your ass out of it.
I'm gonna dig my way out of here. Um. So yeah, you know what's interesting?
Burn
This
the daylight.
picture. Yeah, burning day. All right, now you're just imitating. Anyways, so there was a picture of my grandfather when he was young, and he's standing there, and he's right next to his slaves. And
I mean,
yeah, and he's got his and he's got and he's
Well,
and he's got a
what
slave.
is your dad? Who?
No, my mother's dad.
So
So
your grandfather. My
yeah, my
great
grandfather.
grandfather had.
Yeah.
Yeah, my great
So
grandfather.
my
Yeah.
on my mother's side, she was of a more of a noble class. She has a lighter skin. They came from Spain, so they were seen as the upper class people. On my father's side, they were the darker skinned jungle people, so they were seen as so my mom's side of the family, so on my dad's side of the family as peasants. I'm like, oh, these jungle savages. And I agree with them. I'm like, look at this animal. Anyways, so every once in a while, I'll just treat him bad. Um,
God.
anyways, you know what's interesting is, you know how nowadays when somebody's showing off, they'll like stand there like right next to their car. You know, when they and like, I'm gonna impress this chick, I'm gonna send her a picture of me and my car. You know, what if back then they're like, this chick's gotta see my slaves? Anyways, all right. So who's next?
What are you
We're
talking about,
done.
everybody?
Oh, we're
Have you
done?
been paying attention?
You know,
Everybody's talked about their demons.
I
yeah.
suppose that you were
I haven't
talking
talked-
about your
I haven't
demons.
talked about my personal demons,
I was
but
gonna say
I've
I
talked
haven't
about
mentioned my personal
Irish
demon.
demons.
You know, sometimes I sit there at night and my demons begin to talk to me and tell me I'm not good enough, and that, maybe I'll never be more than just a person with a violent past, and that's all I'm good for, and
Is that why they called the priest? So they can leave?
yeah. And I was a kid, so the priest added more demons. Anyways, no, so,
So sad. It's,
well,
you
it's
know,
like, well, maybe war is not what you did. Maybe war is who you are, and I just sit there and the only. Anyways, so let's.
What
So
are we?
sorry, guys.
If you weren't
Anyways,
depressed
what a
before,
great
here
episode.
you
You know
are.
what's interesting is
We started
And-
on a weird
And
Anyway.
ending on a weird note. What?
look, I'm very depressed. Anyways, so what's interesting is when you study like all these kind of things in a lot of different like countries, a lot of demons have a lot of similarities. So I just think it's interesting. Like for example, in Senegal, they have a stop if you guys have heard this before. If you watch a past episode, there's this demon which is got.
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh.
Become-
Oh wow, thanks. Anyways, are you somebody menstruating? Anyways, no. So
What?
there-
God.
Stop.
So inappropriate.
So there's this tale of like a goblin, and he. You know, a couple of years ago, my sister died from
I was
My-
just
What was stop, Deacon?
my sister died of stomach cancer, and sometimes I look back and I think I wish it was me. Anyways,
Stop it.
so there's this goblin.
Good.
Okay, so
I'm fixing
I'm gonna write a
dishes.
song for Refried Dreams about this. Um, so goblin his feet backwards, and that if you try to chase him to kill him, you can't because his feet are like it misleads you to.
Well, no, you did art on him, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the no, you don't. That's just dishonest. I'm over here telling a story, that's really
I'm
near and dear to my.
listening.
You really do
I'm
care.
listening. I'm really am.
Yeah, I mean it's
I'm crying.
obvious.
You're making me
Yeah.
cry.
Well,
Okay, hold
yeah.
This is what this is.
So,
This is really
so,
interesting. I like the feet backwards thing.
so I'm just self-conscious. Maybe my mom was right. Maybe I never was gonna amount to anything, and
Okay,
I
can we
was just a
just get to
huge
the story?
disappointment.
Put it.
Anyways,
We're
so yeah,
back to the goblin.
so this is in Senegal. So in places like Sudan, there's a story of a child that's like a mud demon. And this mud demon will actually like arise from the ground in times of, heavy rain, and he has his feet backwards, and he arrives there to kind of like torment the younger girls, and to kind of and doesn't cause them to sleep, and won't basically probably visits them when they're menstruating. Anyways, so to me it's just so interesting that you have like, so what are these people seeing, or like is it just parallel thinking? You know what I'm trying to say? Like different parts of the world, and they have like the same traits, like it's a goblin, it's a child, you know and the origins of it might be different, but it has the same physical description. It's kind of like the hellhounds and the black dog and el cadejo.
Yeah.
It's like the same story, and to me it's like this has to be true, because what are the odds? I mean, and people were saying things like, well, maybe they heard, like, well, no, this was before communication. They all had their stories, before even navigation. So anyways, just like the Scottish demon there, Clevy or whatever.
Nucka Levy.
Nekla
No.
Levy.
Nuck. Nut.
Nuck. I don't care. I don't care enough to actually try to do the pronunciation.
You.
Anyways, so to me that was just interesting when you said and you gave the description.
Somewhere in there. So
So to me, why am I the serious one in this show? Like in this episode?
Sitting here listening to you, I am.
Johnny Birdie is looking at the ceiling. All right.
Half the time, Birdie, I don't even know if he's alive.
I got a stuffed animal that's moving on its own, but
Why do you have
Something.
What?
Okay,
What?
wait. The bigger question is, why do you have stuffed animals?
Why don't you have
it's been
stuffed
up there for
animals?
years. I just haven't moved it.
Not
Wait,
gay.
who has stuffed animals?
What?
Anyways, so yeah, so sometimes like Dirty Birdie will just stare at me there like he's a wax statue, and he's just looking at me with disapproval, and I begin to question like my position in life. Like, what am I doing? Maybe I should just do like something different with my life. Anyways, guys, this was a great show. I'm glad you guys tuned in. This was fantastic. You guys can like and subscribe. I should have said that in the beginning of the episode. Instead of opening the instead of yeah, come on. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Roll with
okay, okay. Instead of like opening the my dead sister, I should have like opened the show with like and subscribe, check out the store, check out the Patreon, because we do have merchandise, which is it's okay. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I look at some of that art and I'm like, well, I guess if you're stoned, you can appreciate something like that. So yeah, so just go ahead and check that out. The Patreon, we got good stuff up there. I gotta upload some stuff, guys. I know we got a complaint saying like, hey, do something with your life. So I'll do more of that. Share the show. I mean, we got the TikTok, we got all that good stuff. So,
In 2 weeks, Dirty Birdie and I are going down to Skinwalker, to Vernal, to Ballard, Utah, to Skinwalker
Ooh.
area.
We
And
are.
we're going to be going up to some areas where the missing 411 segments happen, where people vanished. We're
Poor
doing all kinds of
Skinwalker.
freaky. Yeah, it's going to be. I love that area. I love it. So in 2 weeks we'll be down there, and we'll do a show from down there. What? Don't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I said
It,
I said
it flew
something no
right over
one.
your head. Just let it go.
Yeah, just let it go. Just let it go.
You know what? Sometimes you're not my favorite when you do that.
Oh, me?
She just called you not
Me?
her favorite, sucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
me?
When
Did
you
you
do
say-
that to me?
I Ghost. Come on. Sorry, my dog. Anyways,
Ghost?
yeah, my
No.
dog Ghost. She's
Oh, I thought you were
whining.
talking about an actual
Anyways,
Oh, change the subject.
yeah. Hey, poltergeist, get out of here. Are you menstruating? Anyways, so that is a good name, menstruate.
Maybe she needs to go
Yeah.
potty, huh?
Probably. I hope so. Anyways, so it was a great show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry for all the. This show's a circus a lot of the times, and it bothers me because I think that we're not execute. Can you guys hear
Yeah,
her?
you should go let her out.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
not executing the show to our full potential, and for that, I apologize. We'll do better next time. We'll be a little bit more serious. I promise to keep these people in line.
we're your monkeys.
Keep
It's
them in
okay.
line. Yeah, it's okay.
Mhm.
I am the
Yeah.
I am the tribal chief, so we're gonna keep these people in line. So we're gonna keep these people in line, and remember, guys, to always look both ways, especially if you find yourselves on Nightmare Road. Yeah, geez, we gotta stop recording.